It's called Streams Across the Nation. And,
Streams for screams.
it's all about just trying to connect with people with the flow of your own body juice.
It's a chapter of the Yellow Cross.
It's like a protest you can do with your prostate.
Has anybody set up they need to do that, urine drive today, where it's like people are like, what? And they just have to come by. Yeah, it's like, oh, we're giving out free Kool-Aid and cookies. We're having the big urine drive. We're collecting urine for Africa. And we just want to know if you're in on urine today. So come on in. And, there's you get like an old milking machine or something like that with like a fucking funnel and a clamp. And you just tell people, yeah, just go ahead and pop that on there. And they're like, what? Yeah, just go ahead. It's not going to hurt. No. It looks gnarlier than it is. Just go ahead and plop that on your junk. Well, I'm doing that with my Google Glass, man.
Oh, well, fuck
it's
you.
Totally great,
punch your goddamn face in.
Google ass.
Yeah,
That's for hemorrhoids. We already talked about that.
It's the easiest way to post cock shots to the web, dude.
Get Anthony Weiner on that. He'll definitely be mayor of New York.
I'm telling you, man.
Hey, did you see that guy win his cock shots? Those are impressive. Let's elect this guy. For real. Come on. He's banging that one girl, Alule, whatever her name is. It's cool, right? She's from Taliban land. Let's get her in there, too. Miss New York mayor. Let's do that.
This is wondering, where in the world is Taliban land? That
Taliban
seems like
land?
a bad, exhibit at Euro Disney. Man. And it's like, I don't know. Maybe that's what they need.
We commit
to
jihad
no.
on your
Wait a
pig
second.
ass face.
Wait a second. Hold on.
Your...
Brilliant money-making idea here. So here's the thing. You got all these fucking violent, crazy motherfuckers nowadays, and you got war-torn parts of the Middle East. How about we put together like Call of Duty land? Where literally you quadrant off some gigantic chunk of the Middle East and you just let assholes run around with paint guns and crap like that, and you just let them have at it. I'm on Team Blackwater. Woohoo!
I was saving up my money. Actually, that's already existing. It's called the War in Iraq, Afghanistan, and the War for Oil.
No. You just make it all fucking Disney-fied, where you just sell tickets to these fuckers, and you're just, instead of paying them to go over there, they're paying you to go do this shit.
I want to give you all my money so you can make this happen.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. They can knock themselves out. We'll just wall the fuckers in, and you just let them have at it.
Can we just manually elect people for this? Like people off Xbox Live that piss me off, like everyone that plays Call of Duty, basically. Can we just shovel them over there and see how good they are at shooting people for real?
That's the point.
Oh, I can't wait.
You take some couch-dwelling fucking nerd manatee guy.
Fuck you guys! I'm better at everyone.
You put this guy on there, and you don't tell him that there's gonna be no, there's no fucking. Oh, yeah, there's tons of soda pop and Cheetos over here.
We got more Mountain Dew than you can shove up your ass.
Yeah. So you lure them in, you give them a Pepsi sponsorship, and you just airdrop these motherfuckers in the middle of a desert. The part of the desert with those nasty 2-foot wide spiders that are that fucking eat people's heads.
Oh, yeah.
That part of the desert, where people are like, oh, fucking shit, I'm not going out of my cave. Oh, crap. You want that part where they don't go, like the ghetto of the desert.
Like the rough end of hell.
Put them out there, and you build a fucking Blazing Saddle style mock town where they can go knock the walls over and crap like that and go all gringo on it.
So basically, you want to set up the Middle East the way the British did with Australia.
Ooh, I'm liking this.
But it's all of our recidivist morons who sit around and live off their parents and play Xbox all day. I like this. Yeah. I was gonna buy a 3D printer. Fuck that. We're gonna make this happen.
No. We'll make we'll find some catchy name for it, and that way people will pay you to go and trash stuff that really didn't matter to anybody in the first place. It's kind of like having a demo derby at a junkyard or crap like that, where it's well, it's not gonna get any more fucked up anyway. I'm telling you, brilliant money on it.
I want to invest all my money in it now. Sorry, Nate. No.
So game makers, you let us know, and we'll talk to some real estate guys. We'll fly the fucking Remax balloon over there together. It'll be great.
I'm not really for eugenics, but this is the kind of eugenics program I could get behind. Get rid of all these just fucking worthless morons. They would sign up for it in droves. I'm going to prove that I'm really badass.
I'm Captain Headshot. The guy can't even fucking lift a rifle.
Yeah, he's like,
oh, that'd be great.
His arms are shaking. He's got an AR-15. He can't even fucking lift it. Oh, man. Oh yeah.
Oh, maybe you could do a Hunger Games tie-in too, where you can get the kids in on it as well.
No, don't say Hunger Games. Not Tokyo Gore Police. I meant what's the better one? The actual
Battle Royale.
Battle Royale. Yeah, make it a Battle Royale because people like that stuff too.
Well.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, we could do that as well. You know, maybe.
But save all the hot cosplay chicks and get rid of the fat, distended cosplay guys. Just throw them all over there. Basically, I'm saying I want all the hot cosplay chicks.
Now,
to
see,
myself.
I don't want to see that kind of discrimination
I
in
do.
my park to throw everybody obnoxious that hangs out on Xbox Live. I don't even hang out on that shit, but I can empathize with people when they're like, "That fucker."
Yeah.
It's like I just signed on here and this dick's already killed me. What the fuck, man?
It's because they, cheat. The cheaters are the worst. Cheaters ruin everything.
I don't even care. Just give them
Even
this,
TV.
This will
terrible
be
shit.
some way, and then people can take that money. I don't know, do something nice. I don't know. Buy some fucking Amway for blown up buildings, whatever. Yeah.
Wow. I love this. I love this show. We just get in here and we just rant. It's like everything we've been stewing on for the past week. It's like, rah, ruff, rah. I love it. This comes out. By the way, you should listen to Dirt Nasty. The guy's hilarious. If you haven't listened to Dirt Nasty already.
By hilarious, you kind of mean like the ear equivalent of AIDS. I mean,
Hey,
like,
man, I'd rather listen to that than half the stuff that actually is the ear equivalent of AIDS and takes itself seriously, as opposed to things that are just jokes.
I tend to
I like
think
jokes.
I tend to think modern music, much like pretty much every snack chip, is not really made for human consumption. It's just kind of there because science could do it. Like, we figured out how to make the perfect auto-tune monstrosity.
Like my favorite, I'm a DJ at a bar, and I play a lot of these songs that I desperately despise. But they get people's butts shaken, and when white girls shake their butt, I'm all about that. And then some really hot black girls do it, I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, bring that shit. But yeah, the song goes ass, 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 ass.
Wow, what clever lyrics.
Stop, and make that motherfucker hammer time, and that's the whole song. That's 90% of the song is one word repeated 9 times, and make that motherfucker hammer time. Which is an idea that he borrowed from one of the worst rappers of the 90s. The absolute worst. Couldn't they have ripped off like a Tribe Called Quest or something where everybody that was in it was fucking brilliant? Or maybe the Wu-Tang from the end of the 90s?
Well,
no.
See, here's
MC Hammer.
Here's the thing about making those fucking jokes. Like, if normal people didn't know about it in the first place, your joke's not going to make any sense to them. People remember MC Hammer. It's a bunch of nerds and shit like that remember Tribe Called Quest. Like, oh yeah, I left my wallet in El Segundo. Good tune.
God, I miss those guys.
But like, you tell everybody else, and they're like, "Who? Tribe?
Like, oh,
I'm
Busta
not,
Rhymes
dude.
was
I'm
in
not
it.
into that weird native shit,
Then you
man.
just go
What the
Busta
fuck,
Rhymes,
dude?
Q-Tip.
You're talking about Shaka Zulu? I saw that movie once. I think I was in Florida when it came on.
Oh man, yeah, people suck. They don't know what's good. I feel like that's why we're here to help them to remind people what is good.
Speaking of books, I've been reading. Well, I recently read George Carlin's book, Slowly Putty and Napalm,
Yeah.
and now I'm reading The Black Science: Ancient and Modern Techniques of Ninja Mind Manipulation.
Ooh, nice. Have you manipulated anything as a result of your studies?
Only his testicles.
No, I mean it's
Put that on
kind
Google Glass.
it's kind of a slow read. It's basically a fucking textbook.
You don't say.
Okay. It is. And
That is kind of awesome, though. A ninja textbook. when do you get to ninja-ing people with your stars and your nunchucks?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think DeHart just wants to use it so he can get laid.
Well, it
I
can't
think that's
be,
the
it can't
tool
be
he
any
wants to
less exciting than like Art of War. Like, I don't see how all these.
Yeah, I've read most of that, and it's so
Man,
fucking boring.
Every business jerk off is like, you really ought to read the Art of War, so it'll
You know
help
what?
you to understand
They're-
what it's like.
They're
you know.
full of shit because having read most of it, I can tell you most of it is literal. It's literal stuff about battlefield techniques.
Yeah.
Well, right, and they apply that metaphorically
Yeah,
to their business
the most
practices.
fucking terrible thing about the Art of War is the entire book itself. The actual Sun Tzu book, Art of War, is like a few pages, but then there are all these fucking like
interpretations. of it.
prefaces and shit like that by some dickhead retired general. Like, General What's-His-Nuts states the Art of War really influenced his life. Really? His fucking art was war. So, of course, this made a big fucking deal to this dude. That's like saying, Walt Disney, he really got off on cartoons. I mean, that was kind of his shit.
When we say he really got off on, I mean
We meant literally.
He literally ejaculated on every single frame of Mickey Mouse. It's true. It's
Wow.
science. They've proven it under blacklight.
Man was
There's
even
a bit
wearing
of Hitler.
cellulose.
There's a bit of Hitler sympathy in every single frame of Disney cartoons.
Ugh.
That's right. Yeah, I want to show this picture to Shane to see what his reaction is.
What?
If they DJ at McDonald's.
What?
In France or probably in Canada.
Well, see, this explains it.
What explains what?
France or Canada. Why would they even let these people in?
The sad thing is, he has a 15-inch MacBook Pro, and he's on his cell phone the whole time, so he's obviously a playlist.
Hey,
DJ.
man.
And he has better gear than me. That's what pisses me
There are
off.
French basement-dwelling man-children as well. Actually, they probably have some weird
And-
names. for it,
I
like
do believe I'll be DJing at McDonald's.
Le Basement Enfant or something like that.
I like my house music with fries.
Oh, dude. Wait a
Would you
minute.
like some dubstep with that?
So
Big
they've
Mac.
They've got house music. How about mom's house music? Like, why isn't that like a big scene right now? Like,
Mom's house
boots, take the garbage out. Boots.
Don't forget to do your chores.
Yeah, where it's just. Oh, yeah.
You forgot to return the
Chore
red box.
step. Yeah, there you go. Awesome, man. Because there's, once again, a whole demographic we're missing. Need to milk this shit, dude. Marketing genius.
As soon as we sell cat shoes, it's over. That is our legacy.
See that?
Yeah, I've
That's
seen
But
you
I
do
prefer
it.
to do that. I prefer to do that just by
I remember
metaphorically.
you doing that in the fucking floor at Mom's Music.
See, I was.
did?
Yes.
Yeah.
God, what the
You were
fuck was
sitting in the
wrong
fucking
with me?
floor.
And there were
setting up
windows.
the
And I
was
drums,
drumming.
and- well, you were setting up the drum that day that we got like a. I don't remember.
See, I kind of look at like chewing on your feet. It's almost close to self-filleting because it's like, it's hey,
so
if you
close.
if you chew on your foot, what's like, hey, I'm already down here. Might as well go ahead and give it a try.
I felt the breath on my own wang before, my breath, and that was the closest I ever got. So close, man. It's like, damn it. Just get rid of this gut.
Nah, by all means, people, try it, and then when you get to the point where you reach your moment of bliss, realize it's your own mouth.
Just don't come in your mouth. That's my suggestion.
I think
Or you can be like-
the iconography of it all of a man sucking his own penis would be
That
the
should be like the new.
Ouroboros.
What's that?
The Ouroboros. Get it? The snake.
I hate you.
I'm just thinking about how we could. That almost needs to be like the new American mascot, though. Like, done with the fucking eagle. It's a self-flating man baby. Like, that's what we'll put on the flag.
This is go away, Baton, or whatever.
Well, it's like, it reminds me of there was an old Onion article where it's like, President decides national anthem will now be written by Motorhead. Changes flag to badass black leather with metal umlauts over the
Dude.
logo.
You're talking about a paradise.
Well, sort of ish. Most people would be like, what the fuck's wrong with that dude's head? He's got Cocoa Puffs on him. And then maybe Lemmy could just drive a tank right over him.
Yeah, he would.
Although I still think,
I don't think you mentioned the Cocoa Puff to his face.
Yeah. Probably not.
The
That's
Cocoa
like,
Puff will fucking respond back to you.
dude, do you think it's like kind of like the Hulk where it's like, you won't like me when I'm angry?
It's more like Quaid,
It pulls out its own little bitty Rickenbacker bass and starts playing like ding 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 ding.
It's a bass that's so small that it has a very high frequency, so high that you can't hear it.
It's used to heal us from the battlefield.
I'm
Yeah,
telling
we
you,
were
man.
playing this Brutal Legend game for Xbox. We did a one of our other shows,
Yeah,
Talks Over Games, about it. And Lemmy's like the healer unit in your big like strategy RPG, and the bass player heals. And they rendered the Cocoa Puffs on his face. That's how attached he is to
Is there
that.
Cocoa Puffs physics?
Yeah, they didn't move
they-
or wiggle. They just were
They
there.
like kind of
They were
like,
definitely rendered.
Does he jostle them when he runs?
We didn't make sure we tessellate the texture on those beautiful little moles you got there, Lemmy. Oh, thank you, mate. Thanks a lot, guys. If you want to gamble, just cut off my Cocoa Puffs.
Dude,
He'll kill you for that.
Yeah.
I'm totally convinced we would be way more effective in warfare. This is the unwritten Sun Tzu chapter of Art of War. Is you take all the tanks, you put gigantic ass PA speakers on them, and you just blare like fucking heavy metal wherever you go.
I need to just lend you this game because you would fucking love this game.
I mean, seriously, I thought back in the original, the second coming of Desert, whatever the fuck, where we went to Iraq, we should have just put DeHart on the fucking like tanks when we just rode in like.
Yeah,
Just
I
going
don't think
straight,
putting
like,
German metal on a tank.
Dude,
I don't
I'm
think that
telling
would
you,
go over well with anybody.
that's the point, though. People are like, "Oh shit, dude, we've seen this. We've seen how this plays out. This is not gonna work very well.
Here
Do
comes
not
the Germans,
fight them."
and now they want to butt fuck us on stage. No,
Dude, still one of the most horrifying music videos I've ever seen. It's
Oh
like,
God.
really, dude, who do you have build a stage cock like that? Like, no, it needs to ejaculate for at least a good 3 minutes or 4 minutes or so. I've got to get the entire band under the hose. You know, if you've never seen it, there's a Family Values tour video, which, yes, at that point I'm admitting I've seen a Korn video. Shoot me.
I have a
I
Korn
came
bootleg
from the 80s and
Woodstock
90s
right
and
over
all
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
There are bootlegs of that? How
Dude,
would anybody
we
even
have
try
it
to sell
over
that?
here.
Yeah.
Corn bootleg.
But anyway, there's a terrifying video of,
Kathy
I believe
Tevez.
the song is Book Deek. We're
Boek
literally,
dich.
oh yeah.
It's bend down. I order you.
Oh, yeah.
Boek dich, wie viel ist dir? Wenn der Antlitz ab von mir, dein Gesicht ist
Oh,
mir
he
egal.
know- yeah.
Boek dich. Yes.
You got the little golden book version, and they're like,
I-
turn the page.
I love that
Skeet,
band.
skeet.
I knew every fucking word to every song of their songs.
Wow, did you have your own fake stage cock you sprayed yourself in the face
No,
with?
that's my
at home?
real cock. I just,
Like, hey kids, ejaculate at home, kids. Ah.
No, I was a member of the early exhibitionist days on Yahoo Chat where we just go on there.
It's
and
like you're
watch
making it
chicks watch
sound
us
like
jerk
you
off.
lived in Berlin in the 60s. Oh, it was.
I did. I
It's
lived in
very
Lonzo's house, dude.
interesting.
You never were there.
We were hanging out in the underground, and it was all good. Andy Warhol came over, and the next thing I know, I've got the shoehorn and the garden hose up his pooper.
You didn't live in my dad's house. Back me up how crazy
Wait
my
a minute,
dad
your
used
dad's
to be.
into this shit too?
No,
Oh,
but
no,
he's like
no,
the
no.
master of discipline. It'd be like 4 a.m. or whatever, and he'd have to get up in 20 minutes to go to his fucking terribly oppressive job. And DeHart would make a sound, or I would make a sound that's a little over 3 decibels beyond his range.
He comes
of
in
hearing.
and bangs on
He's
the
like,
door, and you've
"Whoa,
got
whoa,
meat
whoa, whoa, whoa."
spinners,
No,
and
he's
it's been
just,
on
he's
for
just,
like 3
he's
weeks.
just fucking in the room.
He comes
He
in the room in his underwear.
appears in the
What the
room.
fuck's going on here, boys? Turn that
He's
shit
like, turn
down.
that shit off.
Go to fucking bed. These ain't your friends. Get the fuck out of my house. Bye. And then just tromps off back to bed.
I almost
And now he's
picture-
like happy-go-lucky.
Well, luckily he liked me even at the time, so he'd be like, "Turn that shit off." Hey, Mikey, how you doing? and then he'd
basically all
making-
directed at me.
And then he'd start making fun of you.
It's like, you need some
eh,
videos
eh.
of this shit, because you should totally dub wrestling ring music, on this him breaking in and
There has never been a moment, Alonzo break-in, that's ever been captured. But the best one I can describe to you was the day I brought home the AIDS clothes. Okay, my friends and I we were just driving down back roads
brought
looking for.
home the AIDS.
Now let me
clothes.
explain this. This is a very delicate story, and it has to be described in a perfect way. My friends and I were driving down this back road in Austin, where we're from. Shit town, full of meth heads. But
Sounds very delicate.
The countryside is awesome. It's a lot like where you're from. We have very similar
Yes.
upbringings.
Yes.
So there's this box full of clothes on the side of the road, and it said "Take" written on it in black magic marker. I guess it's they couldn't sell it or couldn't give it away at Goodwill, so we decided to take it. We're like, well, there's a bunch of random shit in there. I get back to my house, we dump it in the yard. All the clothes just on a big pile in the yard. And I'm sorting through them, and one of them's a shirt that just says "Sports" on it. And it's got a couple of crossed hockey sticks and a football and a basketball. It's not any particular
Actually, that was
team
a-
or sport. It just says "Sports."
That was a Huey Lewis tour shirt.
Thank you. So my dad runs out of the house. He goes, "What in the hell are you doing?" I'm like, "We just found this random box of clothes. We're just dumping it in the yard. We're gonna take a video of it. It's gonna be funny." He goes, "Get that shit out of here. Those clothes could have the AIDS on them." I'm like, first of all, unless there's fresh blood from an AIDS or heroin addict on here, there's no chance of getting AIDS from any clothing. Unless I'm sucking the blood out. This sure is AIDS blood. Let me get a taste.
Oh no, I'm an AIDS addict too.
So then we just leave the
AIDS
clothes.
addict.
We laugh to his face, and he's like, "That's not funny. Shut the fuck up." So we just go inside and ignore him and leave the clothes in the yard. And then we're in my room, and I'm showing my friend some stupid retro video game or something I found in Metal Gear Solid 2 that I thought was funny. And he comes in and he goes, "I thought I told you to get out there and pick up those goddamn AIDS clothes. I wasn't fucking around." And then he leans into my room and had this entertainment center that's real vertical. And he's he tries to turn off my TV, but he's so old he can't even figure out the controls on a television unless it's on his remote. So he like just starts swatting at the front of the TV, like just like this, and he's like missing buttons. He's just swatting in the direction of where he thinks buttons are. And then Dave looks at him and he goes, and then grabs his mouth real quick because he realized he laughed at Lonzo's face. And Lonzo goes, "That ain't funny, boy," and just turns around and walks out the room. Then he's like, "Get those AIDS clothes," and I had to go pick up the AIDS clothes. And he made me throw away all his brilliant clothes, like the sports T-shirt that I can't even prove existed because, you know, I didn't take a picture of it. But yeah, that's the AIDS clothes story and why my dad used to be crazy. Now the guy is raising baby goats and cows, and he's so fucking nice. And everybody he meets like, "Hey, how you doing, buddy? Let's hang out and talk." It's like nothing ever, none of that shit ever happened.
It's like
Once he had a grandchild and retired, complete 180 change. The guy,
Man,
180 change.
it's like he's frolicking around on that hillside with the Teletubbies.
Pick up the maid's clothes. They got the AIDS on them. God damn it! I'm gonna swat and try to turn off your TV. All right, this show's gone way too long. We probably got 2 shows in this. On behalf of United Ciphers with the apostrophe S presents. I'm Evan. Shane, do you have any parting words?
Buy war bonds from homeless people.
DeHart.
Fuck off for now.
On behalf of myself and all my friends here, I'd like to say, suck my bird. Have a good night.